Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. So guys, I finally got it. The Blade Pro. I know a bunch of you guys are saying, hey, Blade Pros are out. Well, I finally got mine. We'll see what I do with it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so I've been waiting for this thing for a couple months now. The Blade Pro. That's supposed to be like an H22 Pro stock. So my guess is when they say Blade and Pro, it means Pro stock for the pros. So I'm very excited to have it. I've strung a couple of these up for my buddy Pablo already, so I understand what the string pattern is like, and it is different than the regular stock V7 16 by 19. And we'll go over that in a minute here. But taking a look at the racket, it is a gloss finish. Okay, it is glossy. Now, people were saying like, hey, why do you think it's a gloss finish? Well, because most of the pros who endorse these rackets, they paint them glossy on purpose so it looks better on camera, right? The green stands out a little more. The gray stands out a little more. The black stands out a little more. That Wilson will stand out a little more, right? Plus, the gloss actually allows for more feel, in my opinion. When you put matte finish on something, it dampens the feel. At least that is from my experience. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this racket. It's a 16 by 19. This V7 is also a 16 by 19. But what are the differences? Why did they make this one? Right, we're going to show you right now what the differences are. Okay, but hold on for 1 second here. I wanted to show you one quick thing about the strings. I'm going to line this up just like this, and we're going to have the camera bring it in a little bit. Look at where the gray lines up with the black, and look at the grommet alignment of it. The V7 actually, it doesn't line up the same. The head guards will not fit. The grommet sets will not fit. The V7 actually is more denser in the string pattern. This Pro model has a slightly wider string pattern for more spin, is what I've noticed. I've strung 4 of these up already, and I've noticed that off the bat. Even stringing those H22s, they remind me of this racket and resemble this racket. I was looking at something else, but so we're going to actually show you what other differences are besides the string pattern, even though these are both 16 by 19. All right, so let's compare the specs of the Blade Pro versus the V7. Again, both 16 by 19. Okay. Balancing this one out. I know both of these are probably not to spec, so we're just going to go with what we got. With the plastic on, we got looks like 317 on that balance. So 317 on the V7. Let's see what the Pro is. Going the other way. Okay, here we go. $323. All right, so we're going to go to the scale and check out the rest of the spec. At the scale here, we got the V7 1619 coming in at 306.5. All right, let's get the Pro here now. Oh, actually, let's just do swing weight. Swing weight. $297. Okay. The Pro. 309. And then the swing weight. $313. So let's go analyze the difference. All right, so what is so special about this Wilson Blade Pro? I mean, how is it different than the V7, aside from the glossy paint, right? This is going to tell us right here. Okay, so the weight, I mean, essentially the same. Balance, a little head heavier on the Pro. Swing weight, a little more swing weight on the Pro. So this number is interesting because Wilson said 7.2, so that actually is 72 from what I can read. And they're saying that the Blade V7 is a 62. So that's a stiffer racket. The Pro is a stiffer racket. The beam is probably what's making that more stiff. 21.5 versus 20.6. So that 1 millimeter more in the beam stiffens up that frame a little more. So more power, right? So more power with the open string pattern is going to give you a more powerful racket, right? It's going to feel a little more solid. That 1 millimeter more will make the racket a little stiffer, right? Which equates to power. So, you can actually feel that it is a little more power here. Or not power, excuse me, a little more weight here. Because I can feel the weight basically, I'll go sideways for you. I can feel the weight, as soon as I drop it like this, come in at about here. And then till about here. So the weight feels like it's here. Whereas the V7, so the V7 feels to me weighted here. Yeah, it's weighted like right here. Whereas that one's weighted out here for a different plow motion. So I have yet to hit with this. I haven't hit with this racket yet because they literally just came in. They literally just got these in stock. I don't sell these. They are only sold through Wilson.com. And you actually have to dig deep to get these. You actually have to Google or do a search and say Wilson Blade Pro in order to find the page. Because even going through Wilson, you have to search to find this racket. But they're not going to be sold at your local retailer. You have to get it from Wilson.com. So, hey, it's not fair to me, but it's going to benefit Wilson and their bottom line because they're now selling you pro stock rackets. Okay? So if you're interested in one, get them because they do sell out fast. That's the Wilson Blade Pro in the 16x19, which is supposed to be that H22 that everybody is seeking. Okay? Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.